As you know, here at Kellogg, it's a very multicultural community. And in some cultures, it feels like bragging is socially inappropriate. How do I communicate my value if I'm working in one of those cultures?
Right. Yeah, there's actually been some really interesting research, and I will say, I do not consider myself an expert in all of the multicultural communication mores around the world. And again, our Kellogg community is so diverse. And if I would suggest too, if you're working in a country that's not your own, find somebody in the Kellogg community who is and talk through some of these issues with them. I think people can be very helpful. That said, in many of the countries I have worked in, what I find is that human beings still have a common thread of wanting to be heard, of wanting to understand what other people can do, how they do it. And I think that these techniques, especially when you put genuine, honest emotion in it, and when you pick your spots, pick your white space, don't be doing it constantly and all the time. I think they still blend in with the cultures where it might not traditionally be that someone is speaking up as much. I think when your intention is to serve, not sell, I think that even works in a U.S. culture, which someone might say is a little more, out there, let me tell you what I can do for you, a little more aggressive. But if we want to brag in ways that other people don't gag, I think we can't just say, well, it's not appropriate in my culture. Culture is just a word for how we do things here. And maybe in your organization, it's time for people to have a little more credit or a little more specificity or a little more excitement about the things that we're doing. So I would urge you, after kind of listening to the steps and the framework of putting emotion on it, that no matter what your culture, maybe there's a place where you can serve at a higher level. That if someone understood your superpowers, that if someone had an example of what you did when you're at your best and highest use, that's not bragging in a negative sense that would be culturally inappropriate. That's actually trying to serve someone and help someone.